Here it is, the Epiphone, inspired by Gibson, custom, expensive Les Paul. We all wanted it, didn't we? We all wanted it when it came out, and we all thought it was too expensive. I do happen to think that Les Pauls are a bit of a work of art. It is a beauty, isn't it? Look at it. I'd like to say I can't fault it, but I can. In a lot of ways, these are worse than many bog standard Epiphones that I've got. I'm glad I didn't pay full price for it, because I'd have been disappointed. Apart from that, I can't criticise it. Guitaristas is proudly supported by Gear for Music. Hello, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Guitaristas. So this is the first review of the new season. And if you were watching last week, and thank you if you were, you'll remember that we unboxed 4 new guitars that we snagged in the January sales. And I asked you lot, didn't I, which one would you like to see reviewed first? And there was a fantastic response, I must say. Thank you to everyone that chimed in last week. It was amazing. It was amazing. Really strong start to the year. I'd been off for a few weeks, and I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit worried. I didn't know if you'd still be there when I got back, but you were. Thank you. We're off to a strong start. There was an amazing response. A lot of love for all the guitars, to be fair. Some less than, or one less than others. PRS. What is it about PRS that makes them so divisive? There were a few suggestions in the comments if you care to go back and read it. But we'll get to that another week, the PRS. We're not going to do the PRS this week, maybe next week. The Corvette, the Gretsch Corvette, a lot of love for that. Looking forward to doing that one. Been checking out some Rory Gallagher riffing for that. The yellow, the TV yellow SG Standard. Who doesn't love a TV yellow SG Standard? Well, I certainly do, and a lot of you do. But most of the, I wouldn't say it was an overwhelming vote in favour of this one, but I think the one that edged it was this, the Epiphone 1954 Jeff Beck Oxblood Les Paul. I think that's its full name, not necessarily in that order. Here it is, the Epiphone, inspired by Gibson, custom, expensive Les Paul. I finally got it. I wasn't going to. We all wanted it, didn't we? We all wanted it when it came out, and we all thought it was too expensive. I know some of you bought it anyway, and I'm sorry if I pissed you off last week when I announced that I got it for 25% off. I only paid 899 British pounds. Retail, of course, was $11.99. But 25% discount, yeah, can't look a, well, I nearly said can't look a gift horse in the mouth. It wasn't a gift horse. It was still expensive, but it was 25% off. So that was enough. I pulled the trigger, and here it is. And we're going to review it. We're going to take it apart and see if it was worth $8.99, let alone $11.99. So, you know the score. We're going to do all the weights and measures. We're going to take strings off, take it apart, look under the hood, poke it around, put new strings on, put it all back together and play it, and try and do a little bit of Jeff Beck inspired riffing, probably. So that's what's going to happen. It's going to take a while. Timestamps are in the description box. So if you're in a little bit of a hurry, you can skip forward, just to hear what it sounds like, or whatever interests you. If, however, you've got a little bit of time on your hands, you know the score. Go and put the kettle on, make yourself a beverage, get yourself some nibbles, some snacks, come back and let's chill out. And look at this beauty. It is a beauty, isn't it? Look at it. Yeah, let's do it. Right, now, you all know Jeff Beck is, don't you? I think it's fairly safe to say you do, so we'll skip all the waffle about Jeff Beck. We'll get straight into the guitar. One of his most famous guitars was his 1954 Les Paul, which he bought in 1972, I believe. by which time it had already been heavily modified and quite crudely modified, I'm told. Originally, it would have looked like this, a 1954 gold top with P90s. When he got it, somebody had replaced the P90s with PAF humbuckers. Quite crudely, I'm told, and elephant in the room, let's get this out the way straight away. The pick guard, that gap, is meant to be there because the original was like that. This pays homage to the original, which we're told was quite crudely modified and sprayed in this colour, which Jeff Beck called oxblood, which it's very dark. It looks black on some of these camera shots, but it's definitely got a lovely burgundy tint to it, and I think it's gorgeous, to be honest with you. Jeff Beck, of course, sadly passed a few years ago. The original of this guitar was sold last year at Christie's auction house for $1.3 million. Okay, most expensive Les Paul ever sold, I believe. So, yeah, it does make this Epiphone seem a little bit of a bargain, doesn't it? Gibson Custom did do a version themselves several years ago, I'm not sure when, not sure how much it cost when it was new, but if you're interested, you can snag one today on Reverb. I think there are 4 on there today from between 15 and 25 grand. So definitely collectible. Will this one be collectible in the future? Hard to say really. There's still quite a lot out there at the moment, and obviously there are discounts, but that remains to be seen. But for now, let's have a look at the guitar for what it is, not what it might become. We'll start with, should we see what it weighs? Yeah. Here we go. £8 9 ounces. That's a good weight for a Lester. That's 3.88 kilos. Nice one. It is, of course, traditional Les Paul build with a mahogany body. Not sure how many pieces, and you can't see. It's, of course, got a maple cap, and it's got a mahogany set neck. Very chunky neck. This is a very chunky neck. Okay, let's have a look at the profile and measurements on the screen now. Okay, here's the neck profile and measurements at the 1st fret, and here's the neck profile and measurements at the 12th fret. It's a proper chunky neck. It is a proper chunky neck. One of the Guitar Magazine reviews said it was one of the chunkiest necks they'd ever come across. In reality, it's chunky. It's not difficult though. Look, I mean, I can wrap the old thumb over. I've been playing it a lot at home. I haven't got especially large hands, and I've not had any problems with it at all. I think like any neck, you play the guitar for 5 or 10 minutes and you just get used to it. So I wouldn't let it put you off. It's not correct though. Like the original was known as having a shaved neck, having had the neck shaved when all the other work was done. But Epiphone have decided to make it really chunky and call it the Jeff Beck C early 50s or something like that. There you go. Chunky. Before I go any further, so I just wanted to show you the strap that I've had sitting here. You get this strap with it. Really nice, isn't it? That's really the only thing that comes in the case, which looks like this, bog standard Epiphone case with inspired by Gibson Custom logo on it. Right, we'll start with the wrap tailpiece because it's going to fall off. Really lightweight aluminium, nice piece of kit. Now that's interesting. That's got a really small G cast into it. I was going to say inscribed cast. I don't know if you can see that. So that would indicate that that is actually a Gibson part. I think, yeah, well, it's got its G, and that is like the Gibson G. So yeah, it's very cool. Other end, the tuners. So it's got these it's got Grover tuners on it. There you go. It's got Grover tuners with I forget what they call them in the specs, but these buttons are meant to be like Shaler tuner buttons, because the original had Shaler tuners, Shaler M6, I think they were, something like that. And I don't know why Epiphone have just put Grovers on there with Shaler buttons. They could have maybe just, this is what a Shaler tuner looks like. That's the difference. I don't know if this is going to work. Look, that's a Shaler tuner with a Shaler button next to a Grover tuner. I mean, there's not a lot of difference, but the original had Shalers, that's all I'm saying. And what would you call these? I don't know. A hybrid, a Shaler Grover hybrid. But they're very cool. They're they work, and that's what they look like. And that, of course, is the open book headstock, which, I mean, I've come round. I've come round. I've come round. Right, moving on. It's got a rosewood fingerboard. Let's have a closer look at that. It's got a rosewood fingerboard. And I'm just looking, the fit and finish of the binding is not too bad at all. The QC looks to be good. Not a problem with that. Frets. However, yeah, not, look, they're quite, I think they're quite small frets. They're quite small. The board looks lovely, the inlays look lovely, but the frets haven't been finished properly. It's one of the first things I noticed when you pick a guitar up, you go, oh, there's a bit of sharpness just on there. I'll show you. To get a bit of plenty, I'll demonstrate it. Oh, look, yeah, it caught. It's not great, is it? Come on, Epiphone. Inspired by Gibson Custom, and you've got unfinished fret ends. All right, there you go. That's that. Let's take some pickup readings. Okay, here we go. These are Gibson custom buckers, by the way, from the custom shop. And the reading for the bridge is 7.70K with an inductance of 4.24 Henrys. Over to the neck, 7.73K with an inductance of 4.17. Middle, just for fun, 3.86 kilo ohms. There you go. Let's just take the pick guard off. As I said earlier, this gap is meant to be there. That's like the original. Doesn't really make sense that they do things like that, but get the tuners wrong. As you would expect, there's nothing under there but a bit of dust. Right, let's have a look under these pickups. See what we can see under here. It's very dark. I have to get a torch, I think. I've got a big torch today. I actually don't remember where that came from. Must have dug that out over Christmas. Oh, you see that? It's got a long neck tenon, as you can see to there. And I can see the maple cap. It's got a bit of scribbling in there, which is pretty ineligible. And the pickup, as you can see, says custom bucker. Actually, that makes it worse, that torch, doesn't it? Custom bucker, 271124, pattern applied for, sticker on the back, just to give it a bit of authenticity. That's very cool. I can't remember which way round it goes. Goes that way, doesn't it? And this one is much the same, really. There you go, there's your QR code. That's all there is to see. normal stuff. 9, 12, 24, that pickup. That's it. Oh, braided wires. Let's pop those back. Controls, of course, 3-way toggle switch, which will be Switchcraft. Speed knobs, gold speed knobs with the thumb bleeders. And let's have a look in the cavity. Here you go. CTS 500k pots with Mallory capacitors. There you go. That's what that looks like in there. Let's now put it all back together, put a new set of strings on and plug it in and see what it sounds like. See you in a minute. Right, same rig as always, Princeton 65, and on the board today, two of my favourite pedals. I've got the Clone from Warm Audio, and I've got the Rat. I'm going to start off clean, but if I use the pedals, don't worry, I'll show you with Crocs cam down there, okay? So pay attention, and you'll see what I'm up to. Right, let's see what it sounds like, shall we? Now, it's a bit feisty. I tested it just before I started filming, and it's a bit... That's no pedals or nothing. Oh, that's all right, isn't it? Gonna have to back it off a bit though. That neck pickup sounds quite dark. I'm loving the bridge though. There's lots of bite there, isn't it? try something else. Oh, I've got to get the rhythm right. I hope that was worth it. I'm sure I will get a copyright strike for that. A copyright claim, which means I won't get paid. There you go. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounded like, played by me through the rig that I'm using today. It's the Princeton 65. And I'm sure you realise that it would sound completely different played through a different rig. But I always, yeah, pretty much always now use the same rig here because it gives us consistency. It gives us a reliable kind of reference point, really. And Fender's pretty good for delivering, you know, cleans and drive. I don't use a lot of drive. I do use the Rat a lot, actually. That sort of level of drive. gnarly rat drive, because I love it, basically. Anyway, I digress. Should we talk about the guitar again? The guitar, well, look, it's a good and it is great. It really is. It's a good guitar. It's a nice guitar. I'd like to say I can't fault it, but I can, because they didn't finish the frets properly. And it's really annoying that, because it, you know, for all the Epiphone want to raise the bar and put all the good bits on it and put a high price tag on it and try and convince everyone that it's a higher level of Epiphones. It isn't really, quite frankly, it isn't really. It's an Epiphone. There's nothing wrong with Epiphones. You know, I've said it time and time again, and I'll say it now in case there's anyone out there that will get the wrong idea of what I'm about to say. I really like Epiphones. They're brilliant, affordable versions of Gibsons that most of us could never afford. They're brilliant. They do that job. And then there's the Inspired by Gibson Customs, and what I was saying is they try and give the impression that they're different in some other way than just that they've got some Gibson parts on them. This is an Epiphone with Gibson parts on it, and it's obviously it's a special edition and it's an artist copy, but Epiphone have been making unique artist copies for a very long time. So this is no different. The only difference is they changed the shape of the headstock, which they've done recently, which a lot of people like. I don't know if that costs any more money to do that. And they've put Gibson pickups in it and, well, a rosewood board, and that's it. So I still don't think, and I think what I'm saying is that you know, the fact that the frets are no different to any, well, in a lot of ways, these are worse than many bog standard Epiphones that I've got. Well, I won't show you examples, but you know that to be true, don't you? This is a particularly bad job. What's all that about? It's got a case, but it's a bog standard case. Strap's nice. It's a great guitar, but what I'm saying is it's not £1,199. It's not an £1,199 guitar still. I don't think. I think £899, which is what I paid, you know, around that price, yeah, no problem. So that's all I'm saying, really. It's a great guitar. Yeah, I mean, I just really that's it, really. I'm glad I didn't pay full price for it, because I'd have been disappointed. Okay, I mean, look, it's a lovely thing to have. I mean, this guitar gives me a really warm feeling to own it, because it's great. It's a really nice thing. I think that's the thing about Les Pauls for me. They're not my happy place to play, but I do happen to think that Les Pauls are a bit of a work of art, aren't they? They're a design icon. They're an iconic guitar, and they're lovely to look at, and they're lovely to own, and you know, it gives you a nice warm fuzzy feeling to go, oh yeah, that's all right, isn't it? I love that. But playing wise, it's not my happy place. I don't know if that, you know, that show today. I'm not sure exactly what my happy place is, but it comes in you know, odd times, odd guitars, and Les Pauls are always a little bit. You have to fight them a little bit, don't you? Because they're a bit cumbersome, certainly sitting down. You know, the neck axis is not great, and on this one, chunky neck. If you like a chunky neck, you're going to love this. I think that's probably, I think I've probably said enough. I love the guitar. I think it sounds great. I think the neck pickup to me sounded a little bit dark, but there's enough brightness there, and there's enough control. Controls will work really well. So there's enough there to kind of blend it you know, properly. But I do like that. I like that really bitey neck sound that you sometimes get, which is a little bit lacking in this. Apart from that, I can't criticise it. I can't criticise it. I love it. So what are we going to do with this one? Well, as much as I'd like to keep it, I can't really afford to. I can't really afford to spend 900 quid on guitars to review and then keep them. I've got to flip them. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to raffle it off. So this will be our next raffle, which if I get my finger out, will be live now. Okay, so go to the description box. Links to the raffle on raffle.com is now live. If you buy a ticket for this, they're £5 each. It supports this channel. It supports the channel to help keep the Circle of Guitars going. And yeah, that's what it's all about really. It's about supporting the channel, and you could win this guitar, perhaps. Okay, and we'll donate 10% to charity. Charity for this one is, again, the Stroke Association, which I like to support. Okay, so support the channel, support a bit of charity, maybe win the guitar. Links in the description box. Raffle will be drawn on Sunday, the 15th of February at 8 o'clock in the evening. So if you buy a ticket, good luck. I hope you win. Thanks everyone. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about the price? It's dangerous asking those questions, because there's a lot of Epiphone fanboys out there still that go, no, you're wrong. It's a high-end guitar. It's not. It's not a high-end guitar. It's an Epiphone with some fancy parts on it. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's not a £1,000 plus guitar. End of. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching. Come back next week and see what we're up to then. Will it be the PRS? Tune in, same time, same place, and find out. See you then, mate. Cheers. It was going so well.